Good morning, good afternoon. How are you doing? It's Teshua Jogona here, and as usual, I'm always very happy to be here because it just means that we have another day to celebrate, another day to praise our God, another day to love and care, and all those positive things. Guys, this channel is all about inspiring, it's all about learning from each other because knowledge is power. And they say, well, what make people perish? It's lack of knowledge. And that's why we are here to exchange what we know so that we can all get to where we want to be. So guys, I'm here which is a bit not out of the topic, but again, it's a content that is very important if you're coming to the UK as a parent. If you're not a parent, please, you don't have to run away. Stick around because you never know, in the near future, this information might be very helpful to you. So, if you hear me say childcare, and if you have relatives or friends living in the UK, please do ask them about childcare. Childcare is one of, oh my God, it's one of those things. They even say, if you can pay childcare, then you and your more you're good. Yeah, if you're able to pay your your childcare, you're good because you can pay childcare almost the equal amount you're earning. That's how expensive, that's how serious childcare is in the UK. I would like to give you a little background so that you understand the education system of the UK. By the time you are coming, and you kind of plan yourself of how you are coming, and how you're going to survive with childcare. So guys, mostly if you're coming as with tier 2 visa, that is the work visa, remember childcare has to be on point. Remember, it's your visa keeping you in the UK, so you won't have that you can't be your excuse is all about childcare. I don't think your employer will be very happy with that, because the reason why you are in the UK is you came for work. So it's very good that you sort your childcare. All right, so this is what I want to say. For all the children, children from 3 years, children can go to nursery, and the government gives or offers 3 hours free hours. Remember, depending on where you're in the UK, please read about your county or county and the council guidelines and so on. I am in England, and the side that I cannot say it's the cheapest side. So childcare can vary from between £4 to £6. Yes, and that is depends on which kind of childcare it is, and the requirements and the age of your children and all those things. So from 3 years, a child can go to nursery, and the government will give you 3 free hours. Yeah. However, you can get 6 hours, and this is if both parents are working. Yeah. So remember, all children in UK at the age of 3, they can go to nursery. Yeah. In England, they can go to nursery. However, for you to get 6 hours, you have to be both of the parents are working. So this is what used to happen. They say at least if the other parent is earning at least £120 a week. So the other one can be full-time, but if you're earning £120 a week, you're okay, your child can get 6 hours. So most, don't quote me, but I say most nurseries, you find like primary school have nurseries, like the school that my children are, it has nursery. They open 20 minutes to 9, and they close 3:10. Those are 6 hours. So if I am employed to start working at 7 or 7:30 or 8, that means that childcare does not work for me. So what do I do about that when I don't have care in the house? What I do is you look for childminder that opens maybe by 7. Yeah. Or agreement. A childminder is a person that works in their house, look in their home, looking after children. They have undergone checks, they have undergone trainings, and they have been given a certificate to show that they can look after children and their home is safe. But as a parent, it's your responsibility to actually look and see if you feel comfortable for your child to be in that care. Yeah. So the advantages of a childminder is because they're flexible. They are flexible in a manner that it's someone you can talk to and say, oh, next week I'm starting at this time, Is it okay if I drop them off? And they will be, they'll be like, yeah, you might have to pay extra, but at least you can count on them. Yeah. You might be the only, your children might be the only child that she will allow, depending on your relationship, for them to come by 6:30 in the morning, because you have to be at work by 7. But remember, that's very unsocial hours, so the money might increase depending on your, it all depends with your agreement. So your childminder will be the one to take your children 20 to 9. Yeah, like the one that my children they start at 20 to 9. So she will take them to their school. So you will drop your children to the childminder, and the childminder take them to their school. All right, are we together? So they finish at 3:10. So if I'm finishing work at 4, that means still I'm not able to pick them from school. The same childminder can pick them from school, or I can book for after school care in their own school, which I think from 3 to 5, which is 3 from 3 to 5, which is like just under 2 hours or 2 hours, it's £7. Yeah. So it's actually you who chooses what. So there is after school care. Remember, the children I'm talking about, they are school age children. Yeah, so one is 6 and the other one is 9. But if we talk about babies now, the options we have childminders. They will look after your baby, they will spend the day with your baby, and then you will come and get your baby from the childminder. Alternatively, there is daycares. Daycares they take children from 6 months mostly. So you can take your child to the daycare, and they are looked after. Remember, this is under the age of 3. But after the age of 3, you can balance the hours that you are given for free by the government by using this alternative care, which is childminders. So that, yes, your child has 6 hours in nursery, but they can be dropped off by the childminder, and the childminder picks them up. That means these hours, the 6 hours in between, you don't have to pay anyone to look after them, because they are already in the government school. I hope we are together. So we've spoken about childminders. We have talked about daycares, day centers, and we've talked about nursery. And nursery is what I mean when they're 3. Some people, if they're living in the UK, they can say, oh, but some children go in nursery when they're 2. Yes, that is a bit different, because you will find everything is so different in the UK. Some children are allowed to start that government-paid nursery simply because of their house system. You'll find mostly if they earn a certain amount of money in the family, then they're allowed to start 2 years. If the child is being brought up by a single parent, they're allowed to start nursery at 2 years, and it's paid by the government. And that is basically because this parent needs more support to be able to go and work. So here I'm talking about a general what might be for most people, if I'm making sense. Yeah. So in school, when your child, if your child is at school age, like the 2 that I'm talking about, like mine, remember, school also offers breakfast club. Breakfast club, look at what can work for you. In our school, the breakfast club starts from 7:45. quarter-to-8, you pay for breakfast club. So you will drop them off at quarter-to-8. They have breakfast there. And by the time the other children that were not in breakfast club start normal hours, the government hours, 20 to 9, your children have already been there for breakfast club. So that is an extra you're going to pay. Schools also offers after school club, and those one, they start from 3:10 when the government hours are finished till 6. So that's another cost you're going to incur yourself, not the government. So look at what works for you. Look at what the school is offering. The reason why I said I can or I will use childminders, it's because sometimes I have to be at work at 7 in the morning. That means, and the school opens quarter-to-8 for breakfast club. That means that is not working for me. That's why I need someone who is a bit flexible to drop the children off to school. Another alternative you have is being au pairs. Yeah, you can have an au pair. You can look for an au pair or a nanny. There is nannies that are registered. You employ them, and then you sign a contract in your own house, and you discuss what you'll be paying them, how many hours they'll be working, and so on and so forth. But we have options that works for us better. What is that? Working against each other. If you are married, you find like if I'm working during the day, the dad will work during the night. If I'm working during the night, the dad will work during the day. So you are kind of alternating so that there's childcare available for children. And I believe that is the one that works mostly for people. So if you're coming over and you're coming with your spouse, then that will work best, working against each other. Yeah. Also, there's another option, like you see, if you come in and you have a friend that you have the same age group of children, then you can also support each other with childcare. Yeah. So the days that they are not working, because remember, you get your rota at maybe a month. You already know the next month's rota. You can plan yourself around your friendship. I will take them to school, you will pick them up, and so on and so forth. So having to use all those available childcare, then you will find that even if you have to use childminder once in a while, or if you have to pay for breakfast club once in a while, but you find that you won't use all your money to pay for childcare. I hope we are together. Yeah. So use your spouse, not use your spouse, but you work it together with your spouse to sort your childcare, working against each other, helping yourself with friends, also getting a nanny or an au pair. They kind of act a bit cheaper, because remember, if they're in your house, that means you don't have actually to wake up children very early, taking them to a childminder. They will get the children ready and they will take them to school. And then when it's time to pick them up, instead of your children staying longer in school or probably going to a childminder's house, your nanny or your au pair will go and pick them up and bring them home. Yeah. So those are all the options. Yeah. And there is more options. You can ask questions if you want to know more. But until next time, guys, I hope this content is helpful. Please take care, be blessed, and be kind.